Hi and welcome to the Earth. So this class I'm recording separately because the class on Thursday evening we had issues with sound. So if you were there, apologies again for that. And if you weren't there, this is your recording for this week's class. So we'll start as always sitting on the mat. Get yourself comfortable. If you like, throw a blanket around your shoulders if you feel a little cold. And we will start with the 7 gestures of sitting. So that just means preparing the body for a little bit of stillness so that we can tune in to the present moment. And for today's tuning in, we are going to do a short little mantra, just a 2-syllable mantra. Not something I normally do in a class, but lately I have found this mantra for me particularly useful. So you can take it or you can leave it. So as always in my classes, I simply am sharing with you things that I have learnt that I enjoy. So it doesn't mean that you have to do it, obviously. Take what you want from it. So the 7 gestures of sitting in preparation, we make sure that the base of the body, the legs, are supported by the floor. Place a cushion underneath your hips if you need to take any discomfort away from your legs. So legs sitting comfortably on the floor. Second gesture, hands. So we're going to today rest with the hands facing upwards towards the ceiling. Third gesture then, bring your awareness to your spine and imagine zipping the spine up. So it's just making the spine a little longer so that we can sit with alertness rather than slumpness. So zipping right up. Fourth one then, shoulders. Just be careful, sometimes the shoulders tend to hold on to tension. So just bringing awareness to the shoulders allows you to release, soften them. Draw them back very slightly as well, just to open the chest and heart space. Okay. The next one then, we move to our eyes. And normally what we would do is close the eyes down softly or practice a soft gaze. But for now we're going to leave the eyes open until I explain the mantra to you. Then 6th one is we drop our chin very slightly, just a gentle tilt of your chin down so the back of the neck is long. And then the last gesture for seated meditation is to ensure that the jaw is nice and soft. So no clenching of the teeth. Okay. So this is the position we hold as we chant the mantra. The mantra today is 2 syllables, So-Ham. So-Ham, S-O-H-A-M. And that's a shortened version of the Sanskrit words Sa-Aham. And what that means is, Sa means that. And that refers to the whole world, the entire universe, everything that is connected. And Aham means I am. So the mantra that we are chanting is that I am, meaning I am part of the entire universe. So it's a lovely thing to chant that. For me, anyhow, I find that it helps you remove yourself from this physical world and find that deep connection with our spirit, our souls. So hum is what we will chant. And what we do is the hands remain open, but the first time we chant so hum, we place the tip of the thumb against the tip of the first finger. Okay? And then each time we chant it, we move to the next finger and so on. So 4 times until we get to the little finger. So sitting with your 7 gestures prepared, and we inhale here. On the exhale, we raise the hands and chant So hum. Hold the breath here. Inhale, straight arms reaching up. And then exhaling with the chant. So hum. Moving now to the middle finger. Inhale. And lifting. So hum. Inhale. Exhale with your chant. So hum. Inhaling, change now to the ring finger. Lifting. So hum. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, float the arms down. So hum. Change to the smallest finger. Inhale. And exhale. So hum. Inhale. So hum. Relax the hands. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Great, okay, we'll start to loosen the body up now in preparation for our asana, for our yoga postures. So, coming to sit on your knees. Let's start with the neck. So sitting on your knees, back nice and straight, shoulders relaxed, and hands resting on the knees. Okay. So again, if you need to place a blanket underneath your hips, between your hips and your heels, please do that for more comfort. Alternatively, you can sit on a chair or the bed. So the first thing we're going to do, roll the shoulders back and just dip the chin down. And we're going to hold this for 3 deep breaths. So breathing all the way down to your spine, down to your tailbone. Second one. And in all of these postures, really resting your attention within the body. So noticing how this feels to stretch out the back of your neck. Then lifting the head slowly, tilting the chin up, opening the throat. Let the eyes look back as far as they can as well. 3 deep breaths. Bringing the head back to the center. And then we're going to turn the head to look over the right side. So just turning, not too much. We don't want any discomfort, just a nice stretch in the left side of your neck. And then you can swing your eyes back a little bit over the right shoulder so that we can exercise the muscles of the eye at the same time. Exhaling to move the head slowly all the way to the left side. Be careful that the shoulders don't move, so keep the shoulders squared to the front, over the hips. And now moving the eyes to look over your left shoulder. If it's not comfortable to move the eyes too much, just relax the eyes, whatever you feel like today. Maybe the neck stretch is just enough. It's also good when we think of it to move the eyes a little as well. And bring the head back to the center. And now we'll start to make nice big circles to open out the neck. So you can circle nice and slowly with your breath 3 times one way. And then if you like, change direction and 3 breaths the other way. Feeling that nice flow and release in the neck area. Okay. All right, what we're going to do now is come with our legs facing straight out. Toes pointed up towards the ceiling. And we're going to take both hands behind, rolling back those shoulders. And then take the right hand and hook it into the inside of the left elbow. Moving the left hand forward onto the left thigh. And then drop the left ear towards the left shoulder, drawing the right shoulder away from your right ear, so you're getting that lovely extended stretch from the shoulder up through the side of the neck towards the ear. Releasing, bringing the hands behind again, changing sides, taking the left hand in behind the right elbow, right hand onto the right thigh. Keep the shoulders rolled back and the spine nice and straight. And then slowly dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder, drawing that left shoulder down. 3 deep breaths. Exhale to release. And we'll bring the hands down comfortably by our sides. And we'll take this opportunity then just to rotate the ankles. Just easing out any stiffness that might be there. And rotate the opposite direction too. Right, and give the legs a little bit of a wobble. So neck and shoulders and ankles nice and loose. Let's move up to our knees now. So we're going to bend the knees and come down onto our backs. So lying flat on your mat. Let the body relax. And place the hands flat towards the floor. Then we're going to lift the legs 90 degrees. Big breath in, and on your next exhale, just let the lower legs flop down by bending the knees like this. So a nice flop. Inhale to come back to straight legs, 90 degrees. Exhale to flop. Inhale. And then we're going to let it go with a big sigh. One more like this. Inhale. Bring both feet flat to the floor now. And then you're going to take the right foot off the floor, drawing that knee in towards your chest. Lift your head off the floor and grab the hold of the outside of the right foot. Inhale, and as you exhale, allow your head to draw back onto the floor. Take the foot, the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. And now draw the knee in towards your armpit.
So we're getting this lovely stretch down the inside of your right thigh and into the right hip. Exhale to release that slowly, taking the right foot to the floor, right hand to the floor. And then we'll take the left side, so bringing the left knee towards your chest. Lifting up, head off the floor to take hold of the outside of the left foot. As you exhale, let the head fall back to the floor, the left sole facing up towards the ceiling. And then gently, with a little bit of force, drawing that left knee towards the left armpit. So again, just to the point of resistance so that you can feel this getting a nice stretch here down the left side of the thigh and into the outer hip. I've got somebody with a saw or a power tool outside, so apologies for the outside noise. And exhale, bring left foot to the floor. Then take both feet off the floor, drawing both knees in towards your chest. Place your hands onto your kneecaps, and let's just make nice circles now to massage out the hips. Keeping the breath nice and steady. Rotate the other way. And then bring both feet flat to the floor. Bring the arms out wide. Palms facing up towards the ceiling, and let's drop the knees to the right, turning the head to the left. You get this lovely revolving hip twist, and to the left, to the right, and to the left, to the right, to the left. Eventually coming to fall and roll over onto one side. Press with your hands to come up, and we're going to come to standing.
Okay, so in standing pose, we're going to do the lovely standing earth sequence, grounding sequence that we did last week. So let's take our feet a little bit wider than hip width. And the arms are going to come down to interlace first of all. Make sure the feet are parallel. And we're going to inhale to take the palms up towards the chest. Exhale to push down towards the floor. Inhale to bring the arms overhead. Exhale to release the hands. Bring the hands back to interlace. Inhale, bringing the palms towards the chest. As you exhale, turn the toes out and press the hands all the way down to the floor. Inhale to come all the way back up, pressing the hands away and towards the ceiling. Exhale to release the arms back down by your sides. Turn the right foot 90 degrees. And the left foot then turns towards it. Turn the whole body to face to the right. Interlacing the palms and the fingers again. Inhale to raise the palms up towards the chest. Exhale, bend out the right knee and press out. Palms pushing out diagonally. Ears between the upper arms. Straight leg at the back. Inhale, come back to straight legs, leaning back a little. Exhale to float the arms back down, turn the body back towards the center. Continue the flow so that now the left foot faces 90 degrees. Right foot twists also to face towards the left foot. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, raise the palms. Exhale, bending the knee, pushing forward. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, release to the center. Great. So let's do that again. And this time I won't talk through it, we'll just do it together. Okay? So feet parallel. Shoulders relaxed. Interlace. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. 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 And walk the feet in together. Let the arms float down by your sides. Turn the palms outwards. Shoulders rolled back. Feet parallel, legs strong. Pull in on the tummy. And allow yourself to center and ground right where you are. So let's take the feet a little wider now. We're going to practice Trikonasana or triangle pose. So this is one of the fundamental and basic yoga poses. And some of you will know it well, others will be doing it for the first time. So we're going to take it in 3 different stages until we get to the actual peak of the pose. So again, just taking your time to listen to your own body to know what is enough for today. Okay. So we're going to take the feet wide. Make sure the feet are parallel. Okay. So no toes sticking out to the sides, just parallel. The heels are in line. Okay. Heels in line with heel. And you want the heels to be wide enough, or the feet to be wide enough, so that the heels are falling directly underneath your elbow joint. So that's about the width that you want for this pose. Okay, make sure that you're nice and sturdy. So pulling in on the core as always to hold the balance of the body. The arms are outstretched at elbow height with your palms facing down towards the floor. Okay, so we're going to take the right side first. So we're going to turn the right foot out 90 degrees. And then the left foot is going to follow about 30 degrees, so kicking that left heel out to the back. And when you do that, your hips are automatically going to turn. So what I want you to do is return or reface your hips and your shoulders back towards the front. Okay. So position yourself so that you feel still sturdy on both feet. Okay, so if you need to adjust the width of your legs, or if you need to adjust the turn of the ankle, that's okay, until you feel comfortable and centered like this. Make sure the shoulders are falling away from the ears, and then draw the thumbs back a little to make the chest nice and wide. We're going to inhale here, so nice big long inhale to fill up the lungs, and on the exhale tilt your body to the right, and then allow your right hand, I'm doing it backwards, your right hand to come down onto your right shin. Okay, straight arm. Now the left arm is here, so we're going to draw the left arm so that it's vertical, pointing up towards the ceiling. Now this left hip here wants to fall forward, so we're going to draw that back. At the same time, it will draw the left shoulder back as well. So pressing that arm away from the body to open up the chest here and all down this side of the body. Hand on the shin. If you feel more stable, look towards the floor, or you can look straight ahead for now. Keeping that left arm vertical, so you get this lovely triangle shape. 2 more breaths here, inhaling, exhaling, feeling that lovely stretch up the side body, and then as you inhale, feel the energy rising through the left fingertips. Exhaling. Last one, inhale, stretch, and exhale, come back up, taking both hands onto the waist. Well done. And we're going to turn the feet, so we're turning the right foot in and the left foot out 90 degrees. Then we're going to realign the hips towards the center. Bring the arms out wide again. Inhaling here. Exhale, dip to the left and take the left hand down onto the left shin. Remember this right arm then, we're going to lift it a little higher so that it's vertical. Then watch that right hip, start to draw it back, at the same time drawing the right shoulder back as well. Opening up the chest, releasing the shoulder so the neck should be free. Deep breathing. So all the way from your right ankle up to your right hip is long and extended, and then from your right hip up to your right armpit, also lovely extended. The chest is open and wide, and then all the way from your right shoulder up to your right fingertips, stretching, so energy rising. Inhale to come back, bring the hands onto the hips, and then take the feet back to parallel position. Okay, so if you felt that that was okay, we're going to go a little bit deeper into the pose by taking the hands to the ankles now. Okay, if you feel that holding the shin is enough, then you can do that again and hold it this time with us. Okay, let's go again. So arms out wide, here comes the tractor. You can hear everything, of course, being in the earth, because it's just fabric walls, tent walls. So that's why every time a car goes by, you can hear it quite loudly. Anyway, we don't get much traffic around here. Okay, turning right foot 90 degrees, left foot follows. Squaring the hips forward, shoulders over the hips. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears and draw them back a little. Inhale. Exhale, leaning to the right, and now taking that hand all the way down to hold the ankle, or just to drift down towards the ankle. We don't really want to put too much weight onto the ankle, so just holding the hand lightly there, And then left arm vertically coming up. Stretch the fingers. You probably can't see my fingertips on the camera, but my fingers are spread wide like a star. It just increases that flow of energy. So you're engaging the fingers as well. Now let's take that left hip and left shoulder back a little bit, opening the chest. And this time, if you can, look up towards the left hand. It may throw you off balance a little bit, but over time you'll learn to trust your balance. Engaging the core, the legs are strong. One more big breath in here. And on the exhale, slowly coming up, taking the hands onto the hips again. Let's move to turn the feet the opposite way. Squaring the hips and the shoulders again, facing forwards. Arms out, palms facing down. Inhaling. Exhale. And take Trikonasana on the left side. Taking the hand to the ankle, or if it's too much right now, you can rest it on the shin as before. Some people also like to maybe have a stack of books or yoga blocks, if you've ever seen them, and just rest the hand on a stack of books for stability. So it doesn't really matter how deep or how low you can go in these poses, but some people may find this just not challenging enough. So come to the ankle if you feel that your body can take that, stretching a little bit further. Remember that right arm vertically stretching up, and then turn your head to look up to the right hand. So you'll have this really nice sense of reaching up towards the sky, and your legs really grounding, or your feet really grounding down for stability, and then that fabulous stretch up the backs of your legs. So even though it's a little uncomfortable, you know that you're doing good for your body. Inhale to come up, and exhale to bring the feet back to the center. Okay, so the peak of the pose then is to be able to take the hand all the way down to take hold of the big toe. So again, it's not a necessity to be able to do this, but if you feel like you can take the extra challenge, then obviously let your body go that little bit further. Otherwise, you can stay at whatever level is suitable for your body today. So the peak pose then for Trikonasana, arms out, relax the shoulders down, turn right foot out, left foot in, squaring the shoulders, inhale, exhale, leaning, and then taking the first two fingers to hook into the big toe on the left side, on the right side, sorry. I'm obviously mirroring everything I'm doing. So my left side, but your right side. And then that left arm stretching up, looking up towards the left thumb, drawing that left shoulder back, strong legs. Enjoying every breath. And then we're going to come up slowly, take the hands onto the hips, turn the feet again, arms out, inhale, exhale, taking hold of the left toes this time, looking up. And you can imagine that your back is against a wall, and if there was a wall behind you, you want your spine and your hips to be against the wall. So we're inclined to collapse forward, but if we just draw the shoulder and the hip back, then we're in better alignment. Inhale to come up.
Bring the hands onto the hips. And then we're going to shake out the legs. Let the arms relax. And we're going to come onto all fours now. So on hands and knees, put away the hair. Let's start with a few cow-cat poses to roll out the spine. So dipping the belly towards the floor, lifting the tail, lifting the chin, pressing with the hands. Really feel that lower back sinking down. Exhale then to roll up into cat pose. Inhale for cow. Exhale. Imagining that you can feel each vertebra opening. Enjoying the nice wave of your spine, that sinking into your lower back, and then the sort of pulling apart of each vertebra as you press into cat pose. Come back to a neutral back then. We're going to raise the right knee off the floor. As you inhale, lift the chin and point the right toe towards your head. As you exhale, sweep that right knee forward without touching the floor and bring it towards your forehead. Inhale, do it again. Stretching the front of the thigh, exhale. Rounding up. One more on this side. Inhale. Exhale. Take the right knee back to the floor and let's do left side. So inhaling to lift that leg up, so really feeling the stretch on the front of the left thigh. Exhaling, rounding up, knee to forehead. Two more this side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And bring your knee back, two knees back onto the floor. Really good. Okay. Let's come on to draw our heels back down onto or not our heels, draw our bottom back to sit on your heels. So this part of the class we're going to do a little sequence, which I did in Thursday night's class, but I recognise that I probably rushed through it a little bit. So we're going to do that sequence again, but I'm going to do it a little bit slower. And I think what is probably difficult for you when you're doing it for the first time is to synchronize the breath with the movement. So that's something we can do next week. But for today, we'll go through the postures of the sequence because it's a really nice sequence to do, particularly around this time, I think, when everybody is just a little bit untethered and uncertain and frustrated, I guess. So this sequence is a really nice grounding sequence, bringing us back down towards the earth where we feel supported and cared for, and we need a lot of that at the moment. So we'll go through each step of the sequence and then we'll introduce breath at a later stage. Okay, so let's begin sitting on our heels, and sit at the back of your mat because we're going to be coming up towards the top of the mat during the sequence. Alright, so sitting on your heels. Again, if you need to use a blanket under here, that's okay. Hands resting on your knees. Draw the shoulders down and away. So we're going to come up as the first posture, coming up and taking the hands with us. So lifting your hips up off the heels. Draw the arms up either sides of the ears and back a little bit. Now the palms of the hands, you can't see on the video, but the palms of my hands are facing towards each other.
And if possible, you can bring the palms together. So we're lifting up, bringing the palms together, or just holding them opposite each other. Leaning back a little bit if that feels nice. And then the next posture is we're going to take both hands to the floor. So keep the arms outstretched. Both palms reach the floor. And when they do, slide them forward to bring your head towards the floor, or indeed touching the floor if you can. Now we keep the hands where they are, knees where they are, and simply lift up off of the heels so you're onto all fours again. Next pose is we're coming into the 8-limb pose. So that's bringing our chest and chin to the floor. Now to do that, what we want to do is bend the elbows in towards the body. So not out to the sides. So if you're on all fours like me at the moment, your hands are slightly ahead of your shoulders, so that's okay. What we want to do is twist the arms, turn the arms, so that the elbow joint, the inside elbow joint, is facing outwards. And in that way you can bend the elbows in towards the body, okay? So just play with that for a minute. If you have the elbow joints facing out and bend them, then your arms are going to come out to the sides, and that's going to be really sore on your wrists. So make sure that you turn the arms so the inside elbow is facing out, and then bending the elbows, you can bring your chest and your chin to the floor. So from here, leaving your hands where they are, allow your hips to roll onto the floor, toes pointed away, straight legs. Press of the hands now to lift the chest off the floor into cobra pose. So you get that lovely back bend. Then pressing a little bit more, we're going to come onto all fours. You can walk the hands back a little bit, curl the toes, and lift up into your downward facing dog. Heels pressing towards the floor, and look up towards your belly button. Take a couple of breaths here to really stretch out the body, so you're pressing into your hands. Come back down onto your knees now. Keeping your hands where they are, well, you can lift your right hand and take your right foot up front and then frame it with both hands again. Point the toe away at the back, left toe, and now let's lift again, bringing palms together at the top. Take both hands back down to frame the right foot. Curl the back toe and press back into downward facing dog. Bring both knees to the floor. Point the toes away. Take left foot forward now. And let's come up, both hands reaching up, palms facing each other or palms meeting if you feel you can, leaning back. And then take both hands back down to frame the left foot. Curl the right toe and kick back into downward facing dog. Holding for a breath or two. Enjoy that lovely stretch of your spine so your tailbone is high into the air. Got it? Well done. And then bring the knees to the floor again. Looking up. And once again, bending those elbows to bring your chest and chin to the floor.
Bringing the whole body down into Cobra pose. And we're going to finish it off by coming into Child's pose again. So press with the hands and then take the bottom all the way back to the heel. So you're leaving your hands where they are, taking your bottom to rest down onto your heels, head down. And then the very last pose is we're coming back up, taking the hands up, sitting up high on your knees, so hips off the heels, lifting up, little back bend. And then the very last pose, taking the hands back down, palms facing down onto the knees. Roll the shoulders back, chin down, close the eyes. And rest. So let's put all that together. So we start sitting back on our heels. And then we come on up, bringing the hands up overhead, palms meeting, slight back bend. Rolling the body forward. Come to sit on your heels, but bring your arms outstretched onto the floor. Slide the hands away, bring the head to the floor into Child's pose. Keep the hands where they are, come onto all fours. Chest and chin to floor. Rolling forward and up into Cobra. Back onto all fours. Curl the toes and come into downward facing dog. Slowly bring the knees to the floor. Walk the right foot forward. Look up. Take both hands up overhead. Little back bend. Float the hands back down either side of the right foot. Curl the left toes into the mat. Kick back into downward facing dog. Knees to the floor. On all fours, point away the toes, take left foot forward, frame the foot. Look up and take both hands up overhead. Take both hands back down to frame the left foot. Curl the right toes. Kick back into downward facing dog. Bring both knees to the floor, toes pointed away. Bring the chest and chin to the floor. Roll up into Cobra pose. Press with the hands and bring the hips and bottom all the way back to the heels, leaving the hands where they are. Drop the head to the floor. Finally, lift up the hips off of the heels, take the arms up overhead, little back bend, palms together if you like. And then finally finishing with hands resting on the upper thighs, shoulders back, chin down. Really well done. So hopefully that is a little bit easier for you to understand, and of course you can replay that over and over to try it out, because it would be nice if we were able in a couple of weeks for us all to do that together and synchronize it with our breath.
So that'll be nice. Okay, let's finish off then with a nice forward fold, a seated forward fold. Paschimottanasana, which is the Sanskrit name for it. And this is a very healing, self-nurturing pose. Again, if you want to use a blanket, because it can be a little bit challenging on the legs, so you can place a blanket or a cushion underneath your knees for this. Toes facing up towards the ceiling. Make sure that the flesh of the bottom is out so that the sitting bones are sitting neatly down onto your mat. So we're going to inhale, take the arms up gently, nothing fancy, and then exhaling to take the arms forward to rest onto the toes, onto the heels, onto the shins, wherever feels good. And then allowing the back to round, taking the chin down towards the knees. So in this pose, it's always nice to keep your attention on the breath. Otherwise we spiral back into thinking. And when we think too much, the body resists. So let's focus on our breath. And with each in-breath, really welcome in that freshness, that vital source of life. And as you exhale, allow the body to soften more towards the floor. And slowly start to inhale, rolling the body up, making sure the chin comes up last. Take back the shoulders, and rolling the shoulders up and away. And then we'll get ready for Shavasana, or corpse pose, where we lie and enjoy some yoga nidra, some yoga rest. And we'll do a little bit of tensing and relaxing so that we can fully enjoy a deep relaxation within every muscle of our bodies. So get yourselves ready with a blanket, a cushion, fluffy socks, light a nice smelly candle or a stick of incense, dim the lights, and lie flat on your back. So lying flat on our backs, we're going to invite our bodies to tense up a little bit and then slowly release, enjoying that sense of letting go. So let's begin by tensing our fists. So holding your fist nice and tight, taking a big breath in, and on your exhale just slowly releasing the hand, allowing it to fall into its natural sense of softness. Our fingers naturally curl when they're left to their own devices. So really try and get that felt sense of your hands, your palms, your fingertips. Once again, just tensing them up, taking a big breath in through your nose, and then on the exhale, really bringing your awareness to every part of your hand as it releases. Noticing every sensation within your hands. Now let's take that same idea into our shoulders. So we're raising our shoulders up towards our ears. Big breath in, and on your exhale, just slowly releasing the shoulders to wherever they need to go. Just allowing them gently spread out on your mat. So if you feel you need to adjust the way you're lying to give your shoulders more space to open out, then that's fine. Then into our chest, we're going to take a nice big deep breath in and then hold it. Hold it so the chest is contracting, holding, tightening, and now release the air and enjoy that softening of your rib cage, your lungs, your heart, chest sinking down towards the earth. We'll move down to the abdomen. Just gently as you breathe in, begin to tighten the muscles in your lower abdomen. Like you're getting ready, somebody's about to hit you in the tummy, so you tense all those muscles. And now with a beautiful exhale, notice all of those muscles softening and just falling, melting away. We take the same idea down to our toes. So let's scrunch up our toes, and as we do, we feel the sole of the foot and the calf muscles all engaging. And as you exhale, feel that lovely release. Allow the feet to flop out, the left foot flopping to the left, right foot flopping out to the right. Allowing the muscles of the calves, ankles and foot to fall away from the bones. Again, really sensing into that part of your body, sensing the freedom of the toes, the letting go through the feet, softness of the leg muscles. Taking your awareness now all the way back up to your face. And as you breathe in, you're going to scrunch up the face, taking the eyebrows in towards each other. eyes tightly closed, jaw tight, and on your next exhale, the joy of that release, almost like a light is shining on your face as your eyebrows slide away from each other. The jaw softens, and there is almost a bright opening in the mind and head. The skull resting. Eyes sinking back into your head. Now, try to imagine what it would be like to scrunch up your brain, your mind, making it feel tight and heavy. And on your next exhale, releasing that, enjoying the endless expansion of your mind, the infinite openness, the clarity, this sense of stillness and openness, we can fully accept where we are right now. And with acceptance comes openness. And with openness comes compassion. So sense, if you can, a warm blanket of compassion wrapping all around you. So thanks everybody. Thanks for joining me. I hope to see you some of you on Thursday. Have a great week. Stay safe. Mind yourselves. Namaste.